Alright, so you're ready to develop your film. You're going to need to take your film from out of your film canister that has been inside your camera, and you need to load it into these tanks in order to put chemicals over the film so as to expose your negatives. What you need to do first is wind your film up in your camera so that it's back into its film canister. Open your camera back, take out the film canister, place it down. You're going to get yourself a black cloth daylight bag, which means that you can do this in daylight without exposing your film to more light. Into that bag you will be placing 6 items. The film canister, the developing tank. If you do get a developing tank with the red rim around the top here, make sure that you also get the lid with the red ring around it, and a spindle with the red ring around the top, and make sure that you get 2 reels. Place all these items inside the dark bag. This next procedure I'm going to show you will be done inside a dark bag, but to make it a little bit more clear, I'm going to do this one right here out in the open. Alright, so here we are inside the dark bag, although it's not really that dark. What you need to do is square off the end of your film. I've already done this. You can just grab it with your fingers and rip straight across and get rid of the little tag that's on there. Next thing you'll want to do is pull all this film out from inside your canister. When you reach the end, you'll rip it off again, or you can take off the lid, pull out the spindle, and untape it from that spindle. It's up to you if you want to leave the tape on there or not. Doesn't matter either way. Next, you'll put this down inside the bag. You want to grab one of your reels, and you're going to feel for these 2 little arrows, and you'll have made sure that they line up before you put them in the bag. You want to be able to feel the arrows pointing away from you. This is a little arrow here. It should be pointing away on both sides. What you're going to do is, taking your film that's all reeled up, you're going to grab it with your thumb and your index finger, and you're going to drag it right underneath there. And you'll feel it'll go onto one of the ridges on this reel. Then you're going to start winding. And with a little luck, this will start feeding itself onto the reels. Next thing you're going to do is take this reel that has the film on it and place it onto the spindle. Next, you'll take your second empty reel and you'll place it on top. The reason that we always have 2 reels on here, even if one is empty, is if we didn't have this top one up here, during development this could slide up and your film wouldn't be completely covered by the developing chemicals. So we put 2 of those on, then we place this inside the tank, put the lid on, and the lid should click when we turn it. You want to make sure it's on there flush. You don't need to force any of this. Now we're ready. We can take our arms out of the dark bag and we can begin the developing process. Don't forget about the parts of your film canister. You don't want to leave them in there. Make sure you take those out with you. And you have to use one of these other developing tanks. They have an extra piece. Instead of the 1-piece lid found like this one, these go together with 1 extra piece. You take your spindle, making sure it's not red around the top, otherwise it won't fit. Put both reels on, drop them in. Make sure this lid goes in with these spines facing up towards you. Then you thread this lid on, making sure it's on there flush and it twists on easily. Other than that, these tanks work exactly the same as the one with the red lip around them.